as we know they happened on Friday. The important thing, and go over what our procedure is at the school. There are various other people here that you need to address and speak to who have other information about their involvement and their help as it relates to making sure that our kids are safe as they move to and from school in the morning and after school. Today, our security force met last week. Excuse me, not what it was last week. We met on Friday evening. We had a security team, 2 people up by Fairview, 2 people in the middle here, 1 person up on Irvin Turner and 17th. I stood on Irvin Turner and West Kinney in the middle of the street, to the chagrin of some of the police, and directed the traffic to make sure that our kids moved back and forth in that area and got home safely. Of course, we do things, and my security team do things at the school that is not really in their job description, but our job is to make sure that the kids are safe. And I feel specifically responsible for what happened on Friday because we are usually on Irvin Turner Boulevard. But because, as you know, Friday was a hectic day, we were running around that day, and we moved from Irvin Turner Boulevard that day. So there are a lot of rumors that I want to put down. There is no 12-year-old or 14-year-old girl from Central High School that has been shot. There was no shooting in front of Central High School. There was no shooting on the side of Central High School. There was no shooting in Central High School. Because these are all of the things that are flowing around. There was rumors today that there was no shooting at Central High School today at all. There was no problem at Central High School today at all. So there was on Friday a fight in front of Fairview up here between some young ladies that we resolved, and the school dealt with and disciplined whoever was involved. There was because I was there, but you should have heard from the news, there was a shooting on 18th Avenue, on Boyd, not 18th Avenue, on Boyd Street, by Hayes West Pool, close to Little Bricks or Felix Full. I was walking up towards Irvin Turner Boulevard with my security team, following a group of gentlemen who looked very suspicious, who was in front of the school. We walked with them up there. The fight ensued down here. We moved to that, immediately dispersed that. There was shooting. We heard a shooting on Boyd. I moved on foot through the football field, down the stairs, through the alleyway on Boyd Street, and came across a woman who was shot and dead on the street. I knocked on doors and got blankets to put over the young lady and stayed there to identify her to make sure that she was not a student at our school. The EMS and the police were very, very helpful and assisted us. I looked at the face, made sure it wasn't our student. On the way back, I got a phone call from a kid from Central High School that said, please come up to Irvin Turner Boulevard. They're shooting, and one of our students is on the ground. I moved towards Irvin Turner Boulevard. The police were already there. And after that, I dealt with whatever it is I had to deal with. I went to the hospital, stayed at the hospital for 2 days. The gentleman, Hakeem Green, who's a student at our school, is going to be okay. So that's the events, the factual events as they happened and played themselves out on Friday at Central High School. There was no riot, no shooting in front of the school, none of that. I would appreciate if people dispel those kind of myths and the kind of hysteria that goes on throughout the city in terms of people shooting out at the school creates problems, creates anxiety for the kids, makes it difficult for them to do what it is that they need to do in school, creates problems at the school. If you feel like, if you hear some information that you think is threatening or credible or you are afraid, then please feel free to contact the main office or contact Mr. Baraka. We will give you the facts and the truth. We're not going to sweep it under the rug. We're not going to pretend something happened that didn't happen. If the people in the building know me, I'm going to tell you exactly what went down. So if you call the school, we will let you know. Trust and believe, if somebody was shooting in front of the school, we would be calling you. And you wouldn't have to be calling us. We would be doing what we can to make sure that your children are safe. Just like that evening, after we heard about the shooting, we immediately shut Twilight down, immediately conferred with Mr. Owens and Dr. Mays, and made sure that our kids got out of here and went home. And that did happen on that Friday. So we had no issue with that at all. What we do need, though, is, and I've been saying this, and I said it at the last open house. At the last open house, while we were here, deep standing room only, I said that we need to remove the horses from in front of the school and put them on Irvin Turner Boulevard. All the people who were here when I said that raised their hands. Right. So I said that we need to do something. I asked you to call as many people as you can to get them to move those horses from in front of the school and put some support on Irvin Turner Boulevard. Why? Because we don't need any help in front of the school. The school in front of the school is being taken care of by our security team, and we have a wonderful police officer who works with us, Mr. Page, in doing that. And no disrespect to the mounted police, because they are very respectful, very helpful to me all of the time, but they have orders and they have to follow orders to be where they are. I am asking and pleading that we deploy the people in the places where we need them, and not because what happened is we all are in one area and we all running around like the Keystone Cops, as opposed to being deployed in the proper areas so we can communicate with one another and stay on post where we need to be. But that's it. I want to thank, of course, Mr. Campos for coming out. Mayor Booker is here. Prosecutor's office, Captain Glenn is here. Anthony Ambrose from Prosecutor's office. Captain Glenn is the captain up the street here at the precinct this way. So if you have any questions as it pertains to that, you may probably address him as well. Is Miss Razak here? Did I see her? Oh, okay. Principal Cleveland Elementary School is here, and is the principal 18th Avenue here? Oh, there she is. I'm sorry. I thought I saw you. 18th Avenue School principal is here as well. Well, I might add, when we were over there trying to secure that area with the girl that was there, the 18th Avenue vice principal came out, and we worked together to make sure that our kids were not going in that direction, that we moved them back in the other way. So we have been communicating with one another as that goes. Plus the security teams also talk to each other on the radio when we have problems that go up and down the street. I told my team, and we're going to have to get together with Cleveland and 18th Avenue to work out a plan as it pertains to our 3 schools that deal with us specifically. If it gets to a point where we can't depend on help for anywhere else, we have to make sure that our thing is secure where we are. But on that, Ms. Jacobs, I think that Ms. Razak, you want to speak, or do you want to say something? You come up if you want to say something. You can, and then I guess we allow the folks that came to have a word or two. Yeah.